Weege show here. They're taking photos. We just finished a press conference. You're going to shoot a video of the video? Going to shoot a video of the video. Is that what? Will's got it. Gary's supervising. This is Tony Cairoli.
Hello.
Hi, nice
Hey.
to... We kind of met before,
Yeah.
but we're really meeting now.
Not really, yeah.
Yes. Like we feel like we know each other without knowing each other. This seems like it came out of nowhere. You're right in the thick of the championship. You had a fantastic moto there, one of the motos in Turkey. You're looking as good as ever. And then all of a sudden it's like, Cairoli's going to announce something. Were you thinking about this for a long time? Or did this actually come as quickly as it looks?
Yeah, actually, it's in my mind already for some time, but it's difficult, you know, when you are riding so well. It's not easy to put an end of something that is going so well. But it's the time, I think, to do something new and to do something else.
Okay. Even if you end up second in the series by like 5 points, are you going to be like, I got one more in me? Like, you're confident that you'll be content regardless of how this year ends?
No. My decision is taken. So even if I am 1 point out of the win, I will be very disappointed. But I'm not really a guy who think too much about statistics and numbers, so it's okay like this. Yes,
you mentioned that in the press conference. We're counting, he could go after Everett's record, he could go after 10 titles, but that runs through the media's mind, but that's not necessarily what drives you.
No, never was on my mind, this kind of thing, so never will be, I think.
Okay, so this KTM relationship, it was awesome. They talked about the old 350 days and things like that. It really, people in the United States think about Dungey and DeCoster kicking it off in Supercross. But it really was the beginning of KTM's run of winning everything with you. Like, do you identify with that? Like, when you see KTM success now, do you think, I was there kind of at the beginning of that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when we joined KTM, I mean, the bike we rode was a completely new frame, new bike, compared to 2009. And first, actually, when I tested the 2009 bike, I was like,
okay.
I was like, I have no choice because Yamaha left me without ride. So while I was winning the World Championship for them, and then I say, okay, this is the only choice, so I need to go on with this, otherwise stay home.
Okay.
And then KTM come and say, we have also a new project that is still early, but we have a new bike, new frame, new 350 bike. And I was like, 350, I mean, that's also my mind before, because the 450 were too strong on the time. And I say, maybe it's a good thing, so let's make a try.
So you didn't say, wait, did you just say 350? It wasn't like that. You were okay with the 350 thing, the concept.
I was okay. The only thing, the problem could be the start, because I mean, riding in the track, a lot of places will be better, because our tracks actually in Europe are a little bit slower than the American tracks, so I think it will be not a big issue that maybe could be in America with those wide and flat out tracks. So I say, okay, we will try to do better. I'm
going to tell you this though, when you started pulling hole shots on that bike, everyone's like, that's a 390, that's a 410.
It's always like that.
But you said it was actually the gearing and how much it could rev out. It makes sense that it got starts, actually.
Yes, that's the thing that surprised me a lot with the start was because, like I said before in the press conference, when we had to, when 450 needs to shift because they end up of the power, we still had a lot of room
with revs.
And we went out of the group. We step out of the group, and then after that, you can elbow out and you can still stay in front. So that was actually the key that makes our starts very good with that year.
So the 450s have changed through the years. They've become more manageable. Is that what led to the transition?
I mean, for sure. I mean, everything gets better during the years now, and I think the bikes of now are easier to ride.
Yeah.
So I think that's also why you have a lot of riders on the same level.
Yes.
Because the bikes are much easier to ride than before, where you should have like big talented ride, make a step, and normal, like say, average rider stay on the same level. And now everybody can make the step because the bike are way easier to ride than before.
Well, it's led to these ridiculous motos, like even the motos you had in Turkey just over the last week were unbelievable. Do you feel that the level, the intensity and all that, is it higher than ever? Because it looks crazy when there's 5 of you battling every lap.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, like I said before, even physically, I think with the bike of now, it's easier to go 30+2 flat out than it was like maybe 15 years ago.
Was there like a pace that you had? Like, did you play strategy during a moto before and now you're just all out?
Yeah, before we always play strategy because with the physically, the bikes were so difficult to ride, and you need to put a lot of power and a lot of. And now it's just flat out, and you can do. Everybody can do. I mean, the first 10 can go flat out for 30+2, and 10 years ago was not like that normally.
Okay, so in your time, you were KTM's top guy. Then Hurlings came in the class. Now Prado's in the class. You guys are all battling. So people on the outside are always like, how does that work? I know your team is different than Hurlings' team. How does that atmosphere work? Especially the battles this year have been pretty intense, even with you and Prado.
Yeah, I mean it's nice in one way because you have a team battle, but of course in other way it's a little bit frustrating sometimes because someone else is winning from another brand. So it's like in the house you're fighting and someone else is winning, but it's okay. I mean, I'm happy because I'm fighting with guys 15 years younger than me, and this gives me a lot of happiness because all the work I do it's paying off.
It looked like you sort of took a little mentor role when Jorge was starting to find his stride on your team. It seems like you were becoming a bit of a leader in a way. Did you sense that?
I don't know. I just do my things and try to stay in front and to don't make mistakes because I have more experience than them, of course. And I try to do right things at the right moment. That's the only thing.
So if they learn from you, that's just by watching.
Yeah, possible. But I mean, I'm more than happy if they learn because I now I'm stopping, so maybe they can take on the next years and maybe win for KTM.
So that leads us to the last thing. Do you have a plan for what comes next? Do you know?
I have a plan, yes. I really enjoy riding still a lot and training, so I will not stop my riding thing and testing for KTM, for all the brands, for Husqvarna, for Gas. I will be a guy who helps develop all the brands. That's really important for me, and of course also racing is not really shut down because I will do some race. I will love to do some racing, also in US and maybe some nationals I would like to do because now I'm free, and all those years, 18 years, I've been always a contender for the title. So when you are it's like that, it's very difficult to to go to US just for my pleasure, and then maybe small crash, I break my collarbone. So now I'm free, I can just do whatever I want, and I would like to do some races over there also.
So we might get you over here. We might make it happen.
Why not? Yeah, I would be happy to come.
Last thing, to hold it, we could have, everybody's like, why are they doing this here? They could just do it at a GP. So what does it mean for KTM to hold the thing here in Rome, where you live now, right?
Yes.
And to do it first class like this? That's a pretty cool gesture.
Yeah, I mean, we try to do always like nice things. I think I'm really happy that they organize this, because to do it on the track, okay, it's a little bit sad, let's say, one way, because you just there say, okay, I'm stopping next year, bye bye, thanks, make pictures.
And then go to the gate. Go race.
Something different, and I really like this. We always love, to make things nice and try to bring also our sport a little bit out of the just racing thing. Yeah, it really does take the next level. All right, nice to officially meet you, and very good. And we'll see you at some races, sounds like. All right, very good. Bye.
Yep. All right, we'll let the Euro media contingent. Who's going next? We got Cross from Germany. And we could not have an event without Lewis Phillips.
Well, you may have a Weege show. It's a Lewis show.
Yeah, it's a Lewis show. Lewis show. Do your pod. And I mentioned how first class this is, so I'm going to show you here. So we're at a rooftop. We're at a rooftop in Rome. Yes, Rome. The Rome. Lewis is grabbing at Cairoli now. So rooftop reception. I want to show you this. We're gonna have dinner over here in a bit. Nothing but first class. This to me all sums it up. This is one of the originals. One of the originals. I would assume, yes, judged by the year, this is a 350. So this is one of the originals with KTM. This is where it started. But look at this. Pretty nice, eh? Pretty nice. I've been able to hang out here in Italy. First time I've ever been here. Been here for the last 2 days. And I can tell you, you learn the culture in such an obvious way, almost immediately, when you're walking these streets of Rome, which are down there, as I look down on the poor citizens who don't get rooftop receptions, such as myself. You really see the style that is baked into everything Italy does. I mean, yes, there is the Colosseum and the Pantheon, and all these other iconic things of this area, Vatican City. But more importantly, when you walk down routine streets and alleyways, they are picturesque. They look like movie sets, but they are real. And the way everyone dresses, and even the language, is so stylistic. I figured this out. You notice almost every single word in Italian ends on a vowel. We don't have hard consonants at the end like we do in English or in German or other non-Romance languages like that. So there is a style, there is a flair to everything they do in Italy, and it's obvious immediately as soon as you get here, and even when you're just walking the streets, let alone seeing iconic 2,000-year-old buildings from the Roman Empire. So I think it kind of is fitting for a rider who now calls Rome home to have a reception with a little extra style than just doing it at a random MXGP in the paddock at a racetrack. This is something special. The famous Spanish steps here in Rome are just steps away from us. And there it is. Really, at one point, the center of civilization. And here we are on top of it to celebrate the retirement of one of the all-time best.